7 hours of racing, 161 laps, and drivers that make Crocodile Dundee look like a chartered accountant.
For a quarter of a century, Seven Sports has been making the annual trek to Mount Panorama Bathurst to cover Australia's most prestigious touring car classic. The spectacular, if intimidating, public road course hosted the first 500 back in 1963. Spectators and television viewers well remember the era of the galloping GT Cortinas, the Super Coopers, the Grunt and Go HOs, and those marvellous Monaros. Times have changed, and so too has Mount Panorama. $5 million have been spent upgrading the circuit and facilities. The track now measures 6.213 kilometres and has 3 new corners added to incorporate the new Caltex chase. The World Championship Trail stops at Bathurst today. Ford, Holden, Nissan and BMW are the awesome foursome of the outright class. At stake, the most valued prize of international touring car racing, Australia's very own James Hardy 1000. It was the Hardy's heroes with a difference. No Brocky or last year's pole-winning Nissan, just wall-to-wall Sierras. The roll call told the real story. 7 Cosworth Cuties, a glimmer of a Vimmer, and 2 robust Aussie V8s. 10 seconds away from the start of the James Hardy 1087 World Touring Car Championship. Racing in the 87 Classic and getting away smartly. On the inside was Andy Rouse. Here's Grice making a run. And Perkins down the inside, and Grice looking for it into the first corner.
And Woodward missed the jump. Needbits, rather.
Terrible start from him in car 7. There he is behind Peter McLeod at the mobile car number 10 as the field streaks up Mountain Straight. A dreadful start from Needsvits.
Beautiful shots as they head up Mountain Straight, bound for the right-hander at Bridgestone Corner.
Andy Rouse, the leader, as they crest the top and head towards Bridgestone, the right-hander. Very quick, fast, sweeping right-hander. Madiki to second. There's Perkins and Brock. Johnny Cicotto, car number 42, the BMW M3.
Steve Sober got off to a much better start than his Eggenberger teammate Needsvits. Sober in third place. So one of the Texaco cars up there with the front runners, but he's got Alan Grice right on his hammer, followed by Larry Perkins, Peter Brock, and then Neville Crichton.
Commodores on the pace as they head to the top of Mount Panorama. Problems there for one of the Shell Sierras, had to back off, could have been Neville Crichton. They head down now towards the Castrol Sand Trap. Andy Rouse leads in the ANZ Banking Sierra. Car number 9 as they sweep beneath. Here's them closing up. Andrew Madecki up into second spot. Steve Soper is third. Alan Grice fourth. Larry Perkins is the next one through. Dropping down now through the S's towards the Dipper.
Grice, Perkins and Brock making one heck of a charge up the mountain, but the Sierras have been substantially quicker all week coming down Conrod Straight towards the new Caltex chase.
Coming down to Toledo Turn for the first time, Andy Rouse of Great Britain in the ANZ Banking Sierra will lead them. Andrew Madecki, a brilliant start from the young Port Macquarie driver. And we'll see whether Soper can pull out of the draft now and pass Madecki as they come up to the top of the roller coaster and down for the first time towards Caltex chase. Here's Soper making his move on the inside. The field goes through. There's an idea of the new look Caltex chase area. They swing them back towards the Bridgestone Bridge. Here's our track cam, 7 Sport exclusive as the cars go over the top of our camera. And they come down for the completion of the first lap. Here's Soper making a move. Going to put a number on Madecki. That moves him up to second. Rice sits back in fourth, and the Bob Jane T-Mart's Commodore as they complete the first lap of the 87 Classic.
There is Dick Johnson in trouble in car number 17.
Doesn't appear to be any damage. It looks like he's just rolled off the circuit with some mechanical problem.
They sweep through, down beneath the Bridgestone Bridge again to the left-hander coming up. And here comes the move from Steve Soper as he puts one on Andy Rouse and will take the lead. Rouse tucks in behind him. So with 3 completed, Steve Soper of Great Britain and the Texaco Ford Sierra takes over the lead in the James Hardy 1000. Rouse in second and third place held by Andrew Madecki. Let's have a look on our replay of an incident that occurred up here. Larry Perkins.
Pop! And I think that's the number 18 Ford Sierra, which was driven by Neville Crichton off the start.
He's made up that gap he lost over the top of the mountain. and now sits on the bumper of the Texaco Ford Sierra, and here's the Grouse. Rouse making his move down the outside. Can he do it? Andy Madecki sits back in third spot. Grice just behind him.
They've dropped back to 2:24.45, which is going to allow, and Soper being passed by Rouse now as they head up towards the top of Mountain Straight. And I don't think Soper's in very good shape at the moment for some strange reason.
Trying to stay with Rouse, but unable to do so. Rouse really made a lightning move there as they came out of Hell Corner. So Rouse has got the lead again, and Soper all that hard work to do once more.
There's Colin Bonds stranded Caltex Alpha 75 on the way up the straight. Steve Soper takes back the lead in the James Hardie 1000, but not for long because Andy Rouse comes up to run side by side with him. Madecki sits just back behind them. They're having a swapsy game at the front. 10 laps now completed in the great race for 87.
Look at them stream across the top nose to tail. 4 outstanding drivers. Richard, Seaton, Fury, and Chicotto, of course, no introduction, former world motorcycle champion. Both 500 and 750cc categories, and I think 350s as well.
Come down to the end of Conrod Straight. This fascinating dice between Glenn Seaton and Jim Richards continues.
The battle for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th places.
Sweep out on the approach to Mountain Straight again. We'll see whether or not Seaton, if he can make a run at Richards. Over the crest there. Here he comes, down the inside. Moment of truth for Jimmy Richards. Look at Fury. Fury going to try and see if he can sneak down there as well. Here comes the farmer. They work their way up Motorcraft Hill. Jimmy Richards will have the line for the next turn, but George takes it in deep. Will Richards give way? George is very wide as they come out of the turn. Power on. Turbo boost. Door handle to door handle. And the Nissans get through on the inside of the JPS BMW. Sensational stuff through West End Bend.
Soper, Madecki, 1-2, Rouse in third, then Neensvits. First of the Eggenberger Texaco cars. That's the man we're watching.
Andy getting right here on the bumper of Steve Soper.
7 seconds, 7.2
Look
seconds.
at this. Madecki goes through on Steve Soper. Soper comes back at him on the outside as they work their way up Mountain Straight. And the Aussie from Port Macquarie is now in front. One guy who we caught early on our replay, this is the lusty Commodore, getting out of shape, and her runch, up she goes. Down it comes. It has not been the week for the Lusties. Johnny Chicotto in the Cup number 42, CBM M3, just passing Jimmy Richards in 44. Puts Richards back to 10th spot. Chicotto now to 9th, and his farmer George. And Glenn Seaton dicing just ahead of them. George now goes through. It's been a fantastic scrap for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Just as up front, the scrap between Andrew Madecki and Steve Soper continues.
So Soper opting for the inside here. Will the traffic work out in his favour? It doesn't. Madecki held up quite substantially by car 43. And now Soper has the opportunity on the inside once again. That time through it was a 2:23, but Soper comes back under brakes. Very, very strong. He can thank Vock for that. Madecki will be cursing. So their times have remained pretty consistent for about the last 60 minutes.